Hi, my name is Karma, and I am a transgender. This video is kind of awkward for me to make, and I feel a little weird about doing it, but probably because I'm not comfortable in my own skin. I haven't really been comfortable in my own skin for a long time. I first discovered I was transgender in November 2009, and today's date is May 21st, 2014. I've waited many long years to be able to finally start the transition. For the past several years, I've been living life as a guy outside of my own home. So, including public restrooms and general attitude and habits, and responding only to male pronouns and such. I'm pretty flexible around friends, though. I forgive them if they mess up, because people are only humans and they'll make mistakes, so. I only came out in 2009, because that was when I discovered that this was who I truly was. Before then, I basically was always considered the tomboy, or I considered myself lesbian for a while. But in the end, none of those terms really fit who I was. And once I found out what transgender was and what it meant, it fit me like a puzzle piece, and I realized I was one step closer to discovering who I was. Almost my whole family knows I'm transgender. I first came out to my mom in about early 2010, and she took it pretty well. She basically looked at me and said, "When were you going to tell me?" And she was very cool about it. She asked me a few questions and pointed out a few things from my past, so I think she kind of knew that it was there but didn't want to tell me. She wanted me to discover on my own. And then later that year, late 2010, I came out to my father and my stepmother, and then the rest of the family kind of found out afterwards. All of my family is very supportive, and I thank them all for that. And every friend who knows me is also very supportive, and again, I really appreciate that. A lot of transgenders are not as lucky as me. A lot of them have difficult times and don't have the support that they need when they need it, so it's definitely a big thing, and I wanted to thank you all for that. Thank you. Since the beginning of my discovery, I knew it was going to take me a while to eventually start. I knew that it was going to take a lot of money. I knew it was going to take some time. I knew it was going to take therapy and shots and a lot of things I'm scared of, like getting your blood drawn and, future surgery, and a lot of those are big, scary steps. But if you're willing to do it, and this is who you are, it's definitely worth doing. And I'm not even on my first step yet, and I know it's worth doing. So, in April 2012, I got this necklace, which is the transgender symbol, and ever since I got it, I've worn it every single day just to remind myself that it's a cause I'm very dedicated to. It is my life choice, but it is also a life discovery. It is who I am, and it's something I'm definitely going through no matter who says I can't do it. Even if my family and friends didn't support me, I'd still be going through with it, because what's the point of going through life if you're not going to be who you are? In November 2012, I went from having longer hair, which I had fashioned into some weird fluffy mullet, and I cut my hair short, and I've been keeping it that way ever since. It does help a lot when people are trying to refer to me as the proper pronouns, and it helps just in generic public too. Although I can't go in the women's restroom anymore because they always give me funny looks in public, so I definitely avoid that. But the men's room, they don't even give me a second glance, so. And I haven't even started to yet. So with my first testosterone shot tomorrow, I have a lot of goals. One of them is to personally lose weight. Another's to work out to build up some more muscle. I definitely want to watch my personality and my mood swings, because I don't want to become mean and moody and over temperamental. I definitely think all of these things will be manageable. I am working with a therapist as well, and honestly, they're a good step forward. I definitely recommend it to anybody who's doing this, and it's useful to have somebody there just to say, hey, we're here for you in case nobody else is. And they know a lot more about the fields and professional side of things than we do, even with all the research you can do. Another goal I have in mind is to get my surgery, my top surgery, within 1 to 2, maybe 3 years at most. I'm kind of flexible in the bottom surgery right now because, to be honest, they don't look that great at the moment, and I'd rather see technology improve on that first. But the top surgery is probably the most important thing to me other than testosterone. So I can't wait till I get that, and name change will be a big one too. I'm going to be legally changing my name to Karma. It's what everybody calls me and it fits me. So my first shot's tomorrow morning. I'm really excited about it. I'm just very shy about being on camera, so I'm not showing it as much. I've been practically bouncing up and down all week about it. And, of course, all my friends and family know already, so crossing my fingers, and I can't wait for the changes to begin. It's going to be one hell of an adventure.